All right, and we're on. As promised, here is the new to me chest that I found on Facebook Marketplace. They were asking 400 in the advert. He said it was full of tools. Unfortunately, they only posted 2 pictures in the advert, so I was the first one to go see it. It was owned by Mr. English, who was a machinist here in the Baltimore area. He worked for a shop that made parts for the Air Force, I believe. He bought it in 1975, so 45 years ago. And his son inherited it a little later. And unfortunately, the gentleman had a stroke and his children didn't want it, which is a shame. This is something that should stay with the family forever, but their loss is my gain. I haven't had a look at what's inside yet, so we will be looking at it together for the first time. Now, just looking at the outside, this is the Apprentice Gerstner 42. It doesn't have the side handles. It does have latches on the sides, so it's designed to be mobile. For those that don't know, Gerstner are still being manufactured today, and I recommend that you check some of the more prominent YouTube videos about them. In this particular case, there is some places that will need to be glued and generally just being cleaned just from rust and dirt. I don't plan on doing a full restoration, just give it a clean. Things like the latch here could be redone, and that's an easy part to make. All right, that's it. That's the chest on the outside. Now, this back and the top are all made of plywood, and from what I understand, it's designed that way so it can last longer. It's better for the changes of temperatures that this chest go through. They are really made to be used, so that's the beauty of it. All right, let's start unlatching. There you go. And we open it up. I haven't really gone through it yet. But this is what's on the top. Now the mirror is missing, obviously. So this is the top. I will go through it one by one. So this is an inside mic, I believe. Now, I'm not a machinist, so I don't know what most of these tools are, but this looks almost complete. That's the one that's missing. There might be one missing, but it goes all the way to, what, 12 inches? So, yeah, a nice little mic. Then we have another nice little box. It says Starrett on it. And when you open it up, it's another little micrometer. Oh no, it's a holder. Whatever you call those holders. Again, I don't know any of the technical names. I'm only an amateur home machinist, or whatever you want to call it. A trusty light that still works. Handy. Keep that in the truck. What's in here? Oh, these are what do you call it, for an end mill, for a lathe. Wow, they are sharp. They are sharp. Are they high speed steel? Yeah, nice. What else do we have? Harbor Freight Allen wrench and a start indicator. A pretty nice one. Goes to thousands with a magnetic base. SPI Japan. Ooh, a tool holder for your lathe. I guess those bits, or whatever you want to call them, go with it. Let's put that down. some calipers. These are Union, made in the USA. Pretty nice. Very useful. You can never have too many of those. Another flashlight. This one does not work. Nordic. Trusty flashlight. Deburring tool. Shoving. Any bits? Nope, that's it. Nice deburring tool. Very handy. Parts of a square. I've never really used this part. Well, what do you guys use it for? And another part. This one's Empire. So yeah, cheapo. Still made in the USA. Parts of a caliper. What does it say? Miller's Fall. A little caliper. Miller's Fall. Hopefully you guys are seeing this now. I'm not... This is like the first video I'm making 8 years. So another deburring tool. Dun-dun-dun. Stock. A whole bunch of stock. More bits. A gauge. This one's made in China, unfortunately. Oh, nice little tap. No marking, but a nice little tap holder. What is this? Wow, it's like sandpaper. A little sandpaper stick. I've never seen this. Made in the USA. Patent pending. Oh, I'm guessing as you wear off. Good for deburring and stuff. And then a whole bunch of bits and ends and stock. Alright, I think we're pretty much done with this one. Another lathe bit and instructions. Some literature there. And that's it. Again, this is the first time I go through it, so we're going through it again. Are these LEDs? Oh no, it's for the little tap. So this and this must go together. I hope this stuff focus. Otherwise, it's gonna end up like a impossible to watch video. All right, let's open up. Dun, dun. There you go. So this is, let's start with the middle one. So inside we have the ultimate guide to GD&T pocket guide. I have no clue what this is because I am not a machinist. Inside, just some bits and ends. I don't know what's in this box. Ooh. A nice jeweled Switzerland indicator. 5,000. Very nice. And yeah, some nuts and bolts. Let's start with the top. I'm gonna move the camera down a bit. There you go. Some chamfers and taps and dies. And I don't know what these things are. Are they to hold? It just holds with the brass. If anyone knows what they are, let me know. Again, we're doing this together. Sharing the excitement, alright? Ooh, the key. And no, it's not the key for the chest, unfortunately. I hope to find it as we go through this. It'll be exciting if I do. This is a uni tool. It's to measure the threads. This is super handy. If you don't own one of these, go out and buy it, because every time now I'm you can probably tell from my accent, I'm a foreigner and I deal with millimeters, so I struggle with knowing, you know, inches and all that stuff. And this actually is really handy too. I already have one, but it will tell you what the thread is. You just put it against the bolt. Alright, what's in here? Ooh, a box and more stock. and the centering bit. These are really good. Once you discover the centering bit, you never use it. You never use full drill bits ever again. What's inside here? Just an old micrometer and a depth gauge. I don't know what those things are called. All right, where are we? This one. Ooh, what goodies do we have here? Some punches. Oh no, tap holders, I think. Or deburring tools. They're all Starrett. I think they're all of them Starrett. Punches and an end mill. Cobalt. Cool. Some clamps. And this is, I wonder if he was making a vise or something. This is a very nice machine piece. They clearly knew what they were doing because that is very clean. Some Allen keys that I'm not going to take out. Alright, what's in here? Trusty notepad. Another deburring tool. A little tap. This is tiny. Tiny. And I guess the other part of the square. Carbology. Just a chunk. I'm guessing it's high-speed steel for the lathe. BMG Metallics. And that's it on this one. Some key numbers, but no key. Hope I find this key. It's brass. Alright, let's go to the bottom one. The heavy one. Ooh. This one's I'm gonna lay down. Alright, what do we have? I have already opened this one. This is one that I opened. I need some micrometer. The box is really nice, white oak. And yep, it's Starrett. Beautiful. Inside mic? I don't know what they're called. I called everything an inside mic, clearly. A gauge. Pretty cool. This is probably handy. Oh, another magnetic base. Some Chinese Allen keys. Another one of these charts. Ooh, a nice square. This one is really nice. Starrett. Hardly use. This I'm planning on using. In fact, this one I'm putting straight up here. More stock. Whoa. Oh, this is plastic. That'd be good for me to practice on the lathe. Wrenches for micrometers. Nice. Nice little bag with wrenches. That's pretty cool. Dun. I have no clue what this is. It looks high-speed steel. Stock. I wonder if it's hardened or if I can... crappy Harbor Freight screwdriver. And whatever it's called. Yeah, whatever this is. The Allen things that go inside. Alright, that's the bottom one. Ooh, is there anything on the inside of this thing? I think so. I did see some papers earlier. Yep. I always check on the bottom of chests. This thing's full of... Alright, what do we have? Tap and die drill sizes. Pretty cool. It's like a time capsule. Decimal equivalent. This I can find really handy to convert to metric. Please read. Please fill. And these are feather shims. Shims, nice. An envelope full of little shims. Who knows what the sizes are? Alright, I'm making my way back up. Whoa, this one's heavy. A box full of end mills. I'm gonna keep them there. But these ones are what, a third, 2/3 of an inch, a third of an inch. Should fit my lathe. More shims. Yes! Is this the key? No, it's not the key. Is the key in here? Please be in here. A nice file. Nicholson. Wow, hardly use. Scale. General. Oh, come on, key. Be here. Now, there's a bit of paper. Is the key under it? The felt is really good. I don't think I'm going to need to change it. More shims. No key. Damn it. I really wanted the key. Nice scale. Start. Alright, only 2 more. Will the key be there? What is expected from employees? Blah blah blah. Clearly a pro, unlike me. This is Craftsman. Is it magnet? Yep, it's a magnet. Tap and screw. No clue what that is. Maybe a part or something. We're going to have fun restoring this. I bought it obviously mostly for the chest. And I paid, for those that care, if you got this far, I think you deserve to know. I paid 260 bucks. I turned up. I said yes, online you can clearly buy them for much more. But down here, I drove 45 minutes under 260. And since I was the only person in a week and a half to actually go see it, nice start little manual. From what year? Printed in USA. Issue 1980. 1980. That is pretty neat. A little bit of history. That's it. No key. One of these scales. I don't know what they call these scales. Feel free to let me know. Alright, no keys. Disappointing. But pretty happy with the buy. I don't see, apart from, let's do a close-in, shall we? For those that actually care. Alright, so the felt here needs fixing. So this needs new felt. It kind of shrank. Now the beauty of this felt, for those that don't know, is that water will dissolve the glue. So it's actually made so you can reuse it. So I'll make sure to go to the Gerstner's website and buy it. It's missing the mirror, which wasn't anywhere there. I'm sure I can buy that too. This is the top. Dun, 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 dun. These are the drawers. Now the middle one is metal. Look how well built they are. They are really nicely built. Oh, let's see if we can see on the inside. Let's turn it so we can actually see. They didn't write any notes. How do you zoom in? Dun dun dun. Built by H. Gerstner and Sons, Dayton, Ohio. That's pretty neat. Unfortunately, there's no marks, but I did get the names of both the grandfather and the son, and the grandson. So I'll make sure to write those down and then followed by my name. Once I've restored it, I will, let's zoom out. Dun, dun, dun. I will just do a light restoration, clean these things with a wire wheel, with a Dremel, remove this and throw them. I have a wire wheel, my trusty wire wheel. And I'll make sure to use those to clean it up. I think it will clean up really nice. Now, will the felt need to be removed? I'm not sure. Or just a little bit of, I don't know, alcohol or acetone? No, acetone might be too harsh. Feel free to post below if you've ever restored one of those things. I don't think they're bad, you know? I really don't think they're that bad. Tapped. They're really well built, honestly. I mean, considering 30 years of just temperature changes and being carried out and all that stuff. And still looks really well. It's made of white oak. I'm definitely keeping the finish. I really like the finish. I'm not going to touch that. I will definitely clean it a little bit and re-glue it in the joints. I might take the corners off and re-glue it because I could see it move a little bit. The plywood at the bottom, I think it's at the front. It's a little bit, as you get in there, you can see it needs a little bit of work. This piece will need to be redone, but I can just use this as a template. That'll be fun. I like that all of them have Gerstner. You can really tell that this is the way that they close. You can tell it was very well built. It was clearly very well built. Now the runners are, let's zoom in. Dun, dun, dun. The runners are a little bit, could be in better condition. Just from where they slide. It's only that one side actually. On that side, it looks pretty decent. But that's just cosmetic. What is this? Oh, that's where it goes. No key. No key. I wonder if there's anything in the back of this one. No. Nothing in the back of this one. No. That's something I should have checked earlier. Well, that's it. I'm just rambling on. Don't subscribe or anything because I clearly have no skills with either the camera or with tools, or the experience with tools, or knowledge, or talent. So there won't be any more of these things. Unless I find another one. I did find once one that was from a woodworker. So this might be the key. That was a woodworker, and he it was from 1905, and I have the tool chest there, and I have stuff. I'll do the tour since hey, you're here. You lasted this time. Most of my swords are from his toolbox, and they're up there. Yeah, and this is my lathe for those that care. It was a rust bucket. And yeah, it's a Logan lathe. Well, Montgomery Ward, I guess, technically. And it works fine. And there is some chips, so I do cut. I just bought one of those Chinese, what do you call them? Tool holders. But yeah. It has the quick change that I don't know how to use. And here's where I keep some odds and ends. The union twist and tap. That's it really. This is my empire of dirt. I have number 1 to number 10 up here. I only really use 3 or 4. And that's it. The tour of the Gerstner & Sons tool chest. Dun dun dun. And these are the things I made for Christmas, which is tomorrow, in case you're watching this in the future. I made this for my wife. What is it? What do you think it is? Well, it's for a bedside table. You put it next to the bedside table, and when you're done reading, you just put it like that, and it will keep the pages a little silly. Then I made that one for a friend with a mug holder. It's cheaper than buying them. That way I can spend all the money on buying nice chests. All right. Hope everything has a great Christmas. Merry Christmas, everybody. I'm outie.